All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Atlanta Falcons. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. A beautiful spin and room to run. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. He brings the kickoff back 85 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Ready, set.
49. Mark 49. Here we go, here we go. Kill.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Kill, turn up. Check 13.
Snap.
Off play action. Daniels. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, Daniels. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. He's locked in early. 2 nice first down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
Here we go.
On first down, Daniels. This one caught by Ridley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
It's going to be a long...
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he will find Ridley, that's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really nice gain of 25 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. From the gun, Daniels. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Protein spill. Check 26, check 26. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Hey, tight.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. What a spin. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Bills 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 43. Rush in.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
First down, and they're going to throw it at him. He's going to loft one deep. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Bills have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this 1st quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Steps away to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
It's easy one. It's coming again.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And Oliver able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. taken at about the 36. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side. Judge incomplete. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Intended for Kenny Galladay. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a handoff looking right. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
Pull together. Check 50. Check 50. Kill. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
Stop. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Allen going to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
What we got? What we got?
From the gun, Daniels being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the 1st half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Let's go.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Falcons 7.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. That'll be caught by Hester. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. A 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. A little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
Hey, Charlie!
Throwing on first down is Allen. Going up top. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they tell their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely, great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first and 10, Jones. This one taken in by Hester. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Let's go! Let's go!
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20.
Pick up the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The opening week, certainly he didn't want to throw an interception, but the rookie got it out of the way. That's the first of his career.
Veterans throw interceptions week 1, week 2, week 3. It happens along the way. But you're right. He got out of the way. It's over. The big thing for him is, can he answer this question when he gets to the sideline? What did you see? Why did you make that throw? They'll work with it from there.
Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Brings up second and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now it's the backup Winston. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Mike, 45. Watch the run. Watch the run. Check, 45.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Let's go. Let's do it. First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together Charles. He's got daylight. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 79 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 25 on second down, Winston, throw left side complete. It's Jordan. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. A nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. Through an opening, and there he goes. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play here for Buffalo. Give him 55 yards on the ground. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the second...
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Jameis Winston keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Partner, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterbacks, so they get low the line. They did their job. It's the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive.
Find a crease and just get in there. And ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Throwing on 1st down. Jones to the left side and caught by Hester. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10.
He's coming. He's coming.
Jones operating from the gun. And some room to roam now. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. Let's go.
That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kenny Galladay, 41 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, that'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. for it as they look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Hester. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that's scripted. That's caught at the 25. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 65 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. From 3 yards out, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Here's a second and 2 now from the 33. Jameis to throw it. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between second and 4 and second and 8 and 9.
From the 40 now on second down, Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
3rd and long for Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Falcons, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy.
Now Jones. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing Jones. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Jones. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. Operating from the gun. Jones. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, the spin. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jordan. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now they try the right side here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra block.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Kenny Galladay, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bills will add on to their lead. A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking to throw. Jones. Forced out to, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now Jones. Throwing on 4th down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Green, come with me.
54 much.
Now Winston. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Tack McKinley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Bills on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. Here's Jones. Off the play fake. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 49 yards. Looking to throw. Jones. And now look at him go. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5.
Hey, let's go. Interception all day.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for the Bills, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road test.